Tell us about your professional background.
I've been working as systems engineer for over 20 years, mostly for oil and gas industry. I worked a little bit for manufacturing and pharmaceutical industry as well. So I have had exposure to multiple industries. I also worked with variety of systems, starting from control and safety systems to information management systems to more of a business level IT type of systems. So I covered quite a range of applications around oil production, oil and gas production, process optimization, these kind of things.
How long have you worked for the oil and gas industry?
Basically, my entire career. My first job was with a company called Matricon, and our focus was they were based in Alberta, in Canada, and our focus was oil and gas. So this is where sort of my roots are from. So yeah, that's over 20 years now.
What's your favorite part of your job?
My favorite part of the job is something that I'm not doing much nowadays. Is going to site, troubleshoot problems, meeting people in operations, and basically helping them out with solving the problems.
What's your earliest memory in the industry?
Probably the early days were when I was still a young engineer without too much of practical experience, and some of the mishaps you experience during system commissioning, for example, which from the time perspective sound very, very amusing, but at the time, they were not. So I remember one time we were testing a conveyor sequence for a barley plant, and we had some issues with the logic, and we dumped a bunch of barley into the floor, and the guys on the shift were not impressed because they had to clean it up. The conveyors didn't stop on time, and basically we had to change the logic to fix the issue. But yeah, it was quite memorable because you could see the immediate impact of the fault in the system. And it just made you appreciate what could go wrong, and the importance of paying attention to detail, thorough testing, especially process control, safety related applications.
What do you like to do in your spare time?
I spend most of my spare time with kids, so I like to train them in music. I do a little bit of teaching, and so my favorite activity with kids is basically jamming with them. So cycling as well. So I also do quite a bit of road cycling. So that's another of my sort of favorite pastimes.
What's your biggest challenge?
I think one of the challenges is basically the speed at which technology is moving forward. It's challenge and opportunity, and that's what also makes it very interesting. But the rate of change is enormous. Not so much on the control system side, that sort of stays constant, but a lot of stuff that we work on with Eigen tends to be fast moving. So shift from sort of server based systems, applications, to virtual machines, to cloud, to serverless. Just an amount of the technology and the complexity just grew exponentially from the early days. So just getting your head around all this is quite a challenge.
What's your proudest achievement?
I suppose from the point of view of system integrator, the biggest achievement is when the system is when the project is delivered on time, on budget, and when customer is happy with the service they got. From the point of view of project manager, for example, is hitting the deadlines, getting as much, basically getting over that target. 80% of user stories complete per sprint. Those are the sort of achievements you're striving for on a regular basis. So yeah, it's just finishing the system, handing over and to the customer, and just sort of adding value to to the process, making their work easier, hopefully.
People or technology?
I think people, because the technology has to support humans, right, and make their life easy. So things like human factors are very important in system delivery, in a technology you choose and how you implement the technology, right? So technology is useless if humans don't find don't find any value in it. So yeah, people, then technology.
How would you make the world a better place?
Just do your bit. I think you're not going to solve the world's hunger, but you can make small contributions to make some things better. Right? You could make somebody's work easier. You could contribute to making something more cost effective, therefore cheaper for consumer.
Proactive or reactive? Proactive.
Yeah, so proactivity, I think, is the key. Reacting to problems is not the best way to work. And basically, if you're proactive, you don't have to then react to problems. You solve the problems before they happen. So yeah, proactive. Best piece of advice you have received? Stay out of politics.